Greetings and welcome to another Fallout 4 Cheater's Guide video. I'm going to be constructing a defensive tower at the Red Rocket just down from Sanctuary. It's not my design, but I saw it in an earlier video. But before doing that, I actually want to build a barracks structure at the rear of the Red Rocket on top because, well, there's not a lot of space inside the Red Rocket and I need a place for the settlers to sleep. As with previous videos in this series, I'm going to be leveraging some basic console commands to get some of the initial pieces set up. So the main cheaters thing here is going to be using console commands to move pieces around and put parts where they don't want to go. So let's get started on this project, okay? As I said, and I don't want to get too far in this video without acknowledging the defensive tower design I'm going to be using at the front of the Red Rocket roof is not my design. I saw it in a video back in 2016, I think it was. I've been using it ever since. It was originally in an Oxhorn video. What was the title here? Hold on, let me see. 360-degree defense turret tower, how to build one Fallout 4 settlements. It was a video by Oxhorn, so that's not exactly what he did, but it's going to be quite similar. Before I actually get into the build part of this, I want to talk a little bit about the console commands I'm going to be using. These are mainly centered around settlement building, setting the position of pieces in the X, Y, and Z axis, setting the angles in the X, Y, and Z axis, doing relative moves, things like that. Yes, I do know there's several bonds that will accomplish this for me, but I've tried a few of them and I've always had a little bit of problems with them. I find this console manual way just seems to work better for what I like to do. Once you get the hang of using the console commands, you can actually rattle them out there fairly fast since it does have the repeat previous command available, sort of like the command line in Linux. I guess they do that now in Windows too. It's been a while. I remember, I think in the XP they didn't have that. So part of this build, again, I played through Fallout 4 several times. This build was primarily was a trader, a merchant, but he was also a settlement builder. So again, anybody who's built anything in Fallout 4 with the settlement system knows it can be a little buggy, and it's always nice to have a few extra little console commands in your back pocket just so you can get around some of these bugs and limitations and really limitations that shouldn't actually be there, but you know, we have what Bethesda left us with, so on with it. Okay, so the first thing I want to do here is go over some of the console commands I'm going to be using. This is actually kind of a small part of this video, but important anyways, otherwise it wouldn't be part of the cheater's guide. You can actually build the defensive tower. You just got to finagle things a little bit, but you don't need any console commands to do it. Just need to do things in a specific order. But so common factors for these console commands that'll manage the location of various building parts in Fallout 4. There's 3 axes of movement, X, Y, and Z. The big one to remember is Z is vertical or up and down. X and Y are in the horizontal plane. You've also got absolute position using the keyword set, and you've got relative position using the keyword mod. Set is where you type in the actual position you want to use, and mod is when you type in what you want to move from that position. I do want to point out that world space can be a little different depending on where you are in the game. If you're Far Harbor or Nuka World, or you're actually in a dungeon, like Vault 88, or indoors someplace where it's actually a different scene, then you're going to have a different set of world coordinates. All the commands will still work, but the coordinates are going to be a little different, so just expect that. So the common commands for moving objects, we're going to say, like I said, I didn't mention get. Yeah, get position X, or Y, or Z for that matter. This gives you the absolute position on that axis of a particular object. Now we said absolute position is use set, so set position X, again Y or Z. will set the absolute position of an object on that axis in the current world space. Then mod position X, again, mod position Y, mod position Z will also move you a set distance on that axis in the particular world space. It's from your position you started at to your new position. With the exception of the get position, all of these are going to require a value. So get position X will just give you the position, then set position X and typing out the actual position will give it. You'll get into that in the video a little more. Get angle Z or X or Y. I say angle Z because that tends to be the most important one, unless you're teleporting in or creating armor sets or workbenches via the console. You're not going to really need to do things in the X and Y axis as far as rotating, but since Z is vertical, yeah, you can turn things around with set or get angle Z and set angle Z. And of course, mod angle Z. They, again, same three things, absolute, relative, and what it is. So get what it is, set, absolute, mod, relative. So those are the basic console commands we're going to be using this time around. There's not a lot of them, and you'll get a better feel for this when I actually do it. So, yeah. All right, let's head to the red rocket here. We're jogging along, and there it is over the hill. So let's take a quick look at it. In the front over here, we're going to be putting our defensive tower. In the back, we're going to be putting our barracks, but we first need to put a staircase to get ourselves up to the back. So we're going to come around the back here, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be using the, well, let's get rid of some of the plant growth since we do have the scrap all installed. But yeah, we're going to be using the warehouse construction set, and I'm going to first create a long stair and then a short stair and tack them together. This will get us up onto the roof, and they should just snap in place. There we go. And now we can just jog up and jump onto the roof. Okay, up here we can look around a bit. Before we get too far along, I think I want to clean up some of this junk around here on the roof. There's a lot of it. Again, we got the scrap all mod installed, so we can do that. Just be careful, you can accidentally delete the whole red rocket. So periodically save this as you're doing it. All right. Yeah, get rid of some more of the bush, more of the rubble. Okay. This game's been going on for a while now, so I'm pretty decent level, so I can build some stuff I need. So first we're going to take a floor plank and we're going to drop it here. This is a full-size floor unit. I'm going to count across. There's 8 of these rectangles here, so with the center of 4 should be the actual center, and that's where I want to drop my first flooring piece, right there in the center. There we go. Okay, now I need to rotate this around. I want to get it at the same angle as the roof of the red rocket, so we'll back off a little bit. We'll click on the red rocket roof. Well, let me get this, center this a little bit more on the center of this on the seam here. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and just click on the red rocket roof, and we'll get its. This scrap will let you do this when you get its angle with the get angle Z command, and then we can click on the flooring, and we can type set angle Z, and we can set it to the angle of the red rocket itself, which should make this line up correctly. Yeah, I'm also going to have to rotate it 90 degrees, so we'll do a mod angle Z 90, so I've got these 2 seams lined up here. Okay, now I need to move it closer and raise it up a little bit so I can get it over the edge and I can hook a ladder onto it. This is really tough to do by hand, so again, console comes in to play here. So we're going to get its position in the x-axis, and we're going to get its position in the y-axis. And we're going to set these to whole numbers, as I don't need decimal numbers. It just makes things easier in the long run. So we'll use the absolute to set position, and then after that we'll use the mod position for relative movement. And again, like I say, firstly I'm just getting rid of the little decimals after that. We don't really need those. It's close enough. There we go. Now we'll play around, well, get position Z. We'll go ahead and raise that up a little bit. We'll probably have to raise it a little more as we get it closer to the edge. 7690, yeah, that's up a little bit. All right, we can take a look at things where we sit and plan our next movement here. Unfortunately, I got my computer over there, so yeah. So we're gonna do some mods we use like mod X -1, mod Y -1 +1 to see which way they move the object. That's, instead of remembering which way the axes go, that's the easiest way I've found to figure out which way particular commands are going to move an object. Then we can use larger commands to move it quicker into place. So here we're going to use 5s. We'll just go by 5s and we'll move it up to the left, or back to the left, back to the right, back to the left, back to the right, till we get it right up to the edge. Just moving it Y -5, and yeah. And we keep it centered that way also. Now we can see we need to raise it a little more here. We'll do a mod position Z5, and that looks, yeah. So yeah, mod position Z5. We'll just keep raising it up. I think we should probably jump across onto the ladder here, and then look at it from over there. Okay, it can go a little higher too. Oh, there we go. That looks, yeah, okay. Next thing is we want to see if we can get the, no, I think we need to, yeah, we're going to move it out a little bit beyond the edge here, because we want to snap the ladder piece, or the stair piece, to it. So again, we're using mod position Y -5, mod position X. Now we're going to grab this piece and see if we can get it to snap in place, and it doesn't, so we need to stick it out a little further. Remember to save your work as you're doing this, because yeah. Just set that back here for a moment, and let's go ahead and move this out a little further, and then we'll try and snap it in place again. Yeah, there we go. And we can get the bottom piece snapped in place so we can get up and down fairly easily. Yep. There we go. All right. And surprisingly, that's really the only thing we need to do. I mean, there could have been a couple other spots to do stuff with, but abusing the build system, even through the player interface, especially at the edges of the roof where the signs are, and actually snaps. Surprising up here, you can snap pieces in there. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do that, or I was going to have to do some more finagling with the console, basically raising one of the pieces up above the sign, snapping it, then lowering them both. But as you can see here, yeah, they're going to snap. You just got to futz with them a little bit. And get them to rotate right. There we go. Like I say, these I thought I might have to do console commands with, but if you move around enough, you can find a spot where they'll snap in from, and you can do that with a lot of stuff. Anyways, let's accelerate through this so we get the floor laid down. We're coming back up here till it touches the roof of the red rocket. That's how far back we're going to build our barracks. Next, we want to snap some walls in place. Since we got the ladder or the stairs centered, we can just snap a door there, and we're good. And we'll snap some windowed walls around the rest of the building. We're going to leave the end open. We'll come back and work on that later. That's pretty obvious. There's nothing fancy about that. We'll go ahead and add some roofing, which is basically just floor tiles. And we'll throw a bed up here just so we got a place to relax and get our well-rested bonus. All right, next thing we need to do, since I've got my level 4 science, I'm going to build a fusion generator. Might as well start big. We'll throw down a radio beacon so that we can attract more settlers. And then we can get on with the construction of our tower, or defensive tower. So we'll head on up here to the front of the red rocket, get rid of some more of this vegetation stuff. Again, it's Grandpa Mod. Oh, yeah. A radio beacon. So once we're up at the front, we're going to go inside the warehouse construction kit under the miscellaneous all the way at the end. Don't forget to save your work here too. So we're going to select the medium-sized iron pillar. We're going to need 2 of them initially. We'll actually need a total of 4. You can use the larger iron pillars to give you more space between the 2 parts of the platform. Anyway, we're going to back up now to the concrete flooring section, and we're going to find the rounded small floor. And we're going to stick that to the top of the metal pillars. Rotate it around till it sticks. We'll add another floor piece. Get it in the right spot, right direction. Then we can drag over our other metal pillar and put it on the other floor piece. So we've got the 2 pillars across from each other. We need to add a 3rd floor section. There's a reason we need to do this way, because if you only half these and you put a 2nd middle pillar on top, you won't be able to attach a floor. Wow, fell off the roof. You won't be able to attach another floor section. But if you have 3 sections, then you can go ahead and attach the 4th floor section without a problem with the middle pillar in place. It's just, like I say, one of those little idiosyncrasies of the build system you got to deal with. Let's move this back out front here. Keep it out of the way. So just collect everything, turn it around a little bit, and center it up there on the roof. There we go. I've got a couple of these in Sanctuary. They're a little taller because I use the bigger pillars, and they've also got powered stuff on them. I could do that on this one, but right now there's not much red rockets, so there's not much to attract raiders or other attacks. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, we get our 3rd floor piece in. Now we can put up our top middle pillar. And it'll snap in. Now the 4th floor piece will snap in. Like I say, you have to have 3 of them up there to get it to snap in properly. You'll have to remove the one we just put on, add a 2nd middle pillar, and then snap it in place. So that's the first level of the tower. Now we can just do the same thing at the top level. Since we're not making it any higher, we can just go ahead and snap all these in place. And there we go. Now we just need to put some guns on top of this. We're probably going to have to build a middle staircase, get up high enough position to actually put guns on this thing. It just makes it easier. I mean, you can putz around with them, you can use console commands, but just throw a staircase there, get up on top, and we can place. I'm going to put 4 heavy machine gun turrets on each level. That's 64 defense points. I've got the parts, I've got the skill level, so yeah, I'm going to use a heavy machine gun turrets. See, the ones I did in Sanctuary, I used missile turrets and laser turrets on them, as well as heavy machine gun turrets. Anyways, we'll get these all in place on both levels. We'll use a shorter staircase for the bottom level. I say you may have to finagle them around a little to stick, but once they're done, they're done. Since they're way up here, they don't get damaged too often, so if you have them lower down to the ground, they tend to get shot. So let's all head back down here and wander out front.
Hey, I just wanted to introduce myself.
Anyway, that's
I wanted to personally thank you for giving us this opportunity. I'm ready to help with whatever you need. Just say the word.
Defensive tower, and again, using 8 heavy machine guns.
All right, then.
I say I didn't really need console commands for that, but I did need them to place the initial piece for the barracks part of the build. So, that's it for this video. All right, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe. Every little bit helps. I did a survey a while back in the comments section. I only got a few responses about what future videos I should do, but it came out even Steven across the board. Then again, there weren't that many participants. I'm thinking about running it again. If you're watching this video, if I do that and you see it, please leave your thoughts. Other question I had for the viewers, I mean, this was a fairly straightforward construction video, but if I know some people like the tech videos, some people like these gaming videos, would it be wise to put the gaming videos on a separate channel from the tech videos? I do have another YouTube channel I could use for that. I haven't used it for anything yet, but I do have it. I'm curious what people think if I took all the gaming videos off of this channel and put them on the other channel. Anyway, give me your thoughts on that as well. Next video is not going to be a Fallout 4 video. It's going to be an Ollama video on setting up Ollama on a virtual machine. So that's an AI, large language model AI on a local computer. So if you're interested in that, you can hang around for that one to come out. It might be a week or two. There's a lot of stuff to cover there, and I don't know if I'm going to get into a half-hour time frame like I'm trying to keep my videos. That's another question I'm curious about. Do you like shorter videos, or do you want, and then having multiple videos with the same subject, but just further more advanced, or, like in order, watch them 1, 2, 3, or do you just want like an hour, hour and a half video with all of it in one video? That's something else I'm curious about. Me personally, I always like the shorter videos. I mean, a lot of YouTube videos I look at, they're way long. They don't get into things right away, and it's like, just tune out. Anyway, let me know what you think, your thoughts, what you like, and I'll see what I can do. So that's it for this video. We'll catch you all later.